Hey guys, welcome back to my channel again. As you can see today, we're going to make this beautiful wall mirror. If you're interested, keep on watching, and if you're new to my channel, you're welcome. And please subscribe, click on the notification bell so as to get notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you. For this project, I'll be using the materials that I had at home. So I'll be using this cardstock, the thick cardstock, a 30 centimeters diameter mirror, stapler, and staple pins. Also be using 2 rulers and a foam board which I had at home. It was cut in circular form since it's easier to be cut by the machine rather than using arm to cut the circular form. So I took my mirror and placed it on the foam board. I needed to get the center part of the foam board so as to know where I will place the mirror on the decor. I had to use my 2 rulers to guide me to get the center part of the foam board. After getting the center part of the foam board, I took my pencil and drew the mirror so as to mark where I'll place the mirror. So I took my ruler and my paper and made some markings on my paper to make some strips that I'll be using for this project. So I used the thickness of 1/2 inch . So after marking my points, I used my big ruler to join the points in which I've made on the papers so as to give me the strips that I need for this project. So I used a pair of scissors to cut down the strips from my paper. It's time consuming, but you can do this while watching some movies, maybe listening to some music. After making my strips, I took one strip to make a sample of the size that I wanted for my strip. I'll be using a strip of 6 inches, so I had to mark my sample strip, in which will help me to cut the other strips. So I made the 6-inch mark, and I used my pair of scissors to cut the sample strip. So I'll be using this strip to cut the rest. So after cutting my strip, this is how I'll be forming my pattern. You take a strip, fold it into 2, and then you staple at the end. Fold it into 2, curve it a little bit, and then staple at the end. So the circle will guide me on how to place my paper on the foam board. So I'll be using hot glue to place the paper on my foam board. So make sure the first row, the paper is a little bit inside the circle, so that when you place the mirror on top, you won't see the staple pin. So this is the end of the first row. You can see how pretty it's turning out. So I'll be adding the second row, the third and the rest. And for the second row, you take the paper, put some hot glue, and then you place it between the two papers on the first row. So you do for the rest all round. So this is how it looks after I've done the other rows. So let me add for the last row so as to cover the circular part of the foam board. You can see how pretty it's turning out. So after adding all my rows, this is how it turned out. So I used my old toothbrush to get rid of the excess glue strings. I had two different types of cardstock. As you can see, there's a cream one and a white one. But I prefer you use a heavier one for this project. I'll be using two spray paints for this project, but all are gold. So one is not bright, but the other one is so bright. So I'll be using the dull one as the undercoat, then the bright one as the upper coat. You can see how beautiful it has turned out. My camera wasn't in the right angle, but you'll see how beautiful it will turn out. The gold, it's so pretty. So I used contact glue. I applied it on the foam board and also on the back of the mirror and left it for 15 minutes to dry before putting them together. After placing the mirror on the foam board, I used a bottle of water to hold it in place and left it to dry. So I'll be using this dollar tree bead to decorate my mirror. So I'll go down with the hot glue first, then I'll add adhesive glue later. After gluing down the beads and wiping down my mirror, you can see how beautiful it has turned out. You can't believe these are papers. After hanging my mirror, this is how it turned out. It's so beautiful. I love the gold color, and also the golden bead has given the mirror more beautiful look. What do you think, guys? Let me know in the comment section. You can't just believe these are just papers surrounding my mirror. So if you're new to my channel, please remember to subscribe again and click on the notification bell so as to get notified whenever I post a new video. Hope you love this video. See you next time for a new DIY. Thank you and bye bye.